Hi guys, thanks for dropping by Design by Kathy. Today we're going to do part 2 of our galaxy painting. We're going to see if we can add some stars along with our resin. So let's get started and see what we can come up with. So this is our little galaxy painting that we did the other day. And it's all nice and dry. And we're going to see if we can add some depth and stars, and we're going to do all that with glitter and resin. Something's not sitting level, so let's see if we can. When you're working with resin, you want your surface to be as level as possible. Now I'm using my amazing clear cast that I get from Alumilite. I'm going to be using this super fine Martha Stewart glitter along with some of this. This is just some little bit chunky silver glitter. So we're going to see what we can do here. And I just got this. I hadn't used it yet, so I'm so excited. It's by Art Basics, and it's just a little rubber brush for applying resin. The thing is on like silicone brush. Silicone, which is what we use to pour your resin into molds and whatnot. So after it dries, it will come off. So you can use it over and over again. I want to make sure I have all the dust particles. I don't want any dust on here. So I want all the dust particles off. I've already mixed up and let this settle a little bit, my resin. This particular resin is a 1-to-1 ratio of part A and part B. Most of them that I have used are all 1-to-1, but please read the instructions because some of them you will find there are some that are more of they're 2-to-1 or different variations, and the stir time and the settle time and the work time is all different. So be sure and read those instructions on the resin that you choose to use. I'm gonna take this little silicone brush and see if I can't just smooth out my resin over here. I don't want a real heavy, thick layer. Clearly I want it all covered, but I don't want it super thick. Now already, I don't know if the camera's showing this, but already just by adding the resin itself has given a little bit of depth to this particular painting. Resin, as I've talked about before, is self-leveling. So, if you see little places, if it makes a little drag like that, it's gonna come and settle back in. But I wanna make sure, that I've got it completely covered, because I do want my glitter, some of it's going to settle to the bottom, some of it we hope will float along to give it more of a 3D look, since we are going for a galaxy look here. I've got a pretty good coating there. The thing is, if I start adding the glitter before I have the coating like I want it, it'll just move my glitter. It'll just move the glitter around. So I do want to make sure that I have a really nice coat on here. Now, one thing, when I said, to brush this once the glitter's on, it'll move your glitter. It'll just move right along with the resin. Now, what you could do, and I don't know, we're gonna see how this looks, is once this coat dries, because like I said, I am using a thin coat for this reason. Just in case I wanna give it a little more depth, you can actually come back and put another coat of resin and more stars and give it a little bit more of a 3D look. Usually I use my little foam brush to do this, but I was really excited to try this because, you know, if you get to doing projects on a regular basis, you go through the little foam brushes pretty fast. So I thought this would be a little bit more economical to give this a try. As you can see, I mixed up a lot of resin. Wasn't sure how much I needed, but do not fear, because as long as I stay within my time frame, I can use this for some other projects. I have some earrings that I've been wanting to pour, so I can actually use what's left here. We don't want to waste it. I'll use that to pour up some resin earrings. All right, I think that we have a really nice coat on here. I want to start off with the super fine glitter and see, whoops, I don't want the whole top to come off. I just want to sprinkle little bits here and there. Now, actually, let's try something. I don't really want it to come out in little blobs like that. So I'm gonna see. I don't really want to put it all over my fingers just yet, but I may have to. Have a little more control here, because I want my sprinkles. Now, like I said, I can move this. So this little blob there that I'm not happy with, I'm just gonna spread it out. So in this instance, using this is a good idea because I didn't like the way that popped out of there in just a little blob. I want the sparkle spread out pretty evenly. And I think I am gonna need to use my fingers because I wanna have a little more control over where the glitter is going. So there, that's working much better. We'll just have glitter everywhere, but I like that. I like the way that's looking much better. Now this glitter, like I said, it is super fine, so it's not gonna be a real defined look at this point. I just want the little bit of a glow is what I'm going for, a little sparkle. Oh yeah, that's working much better. Don't want it over the white. I just want it on this dark background, the blue and the black that we used. See if I can, glitter loves to stick to you. Now I want to take this the chunkier glitter, and I am going to be much more selective with how I try to be. Glitter is glitter. I know I'm stepping out of the camera view. I apologize for that. I'm going to just try to add a few little sparkles. Look like bigger stars maybe. Now these won't, they may look like as I'm dropping them that they're just sitting on top. But they're gonna actually sink down into the resin, and some of them will sink a little more than others. And again, like I said, we want that 3D look. Let's see if I can spread. I do want to spread a little of that. If you try this project, you could probably even try 3 sizes. Maybe take even a little bit chunkier glitter if you wanted just a few like bigger stars or whatever, planets, stars, whatever. We want the galaxy look. Oh, I really, really, really like that. Like I've mentioned, I've got my baby wipe here. You can see if you're working with resin, as long as you don't let that start to cure, you can wipe up your hands very easily with a baby wipe. But it's also recommended to wear gloves. You know, everybody's sensitive to different things, and I certainly don't want to recommend you doing this without gloves, especially if you don't know that you have any sensitivity to it. Thus far, I have not, and I wasn't going to be manipulating this to let it run like when we do our dirty pours, so I didn't really run a risk of getting a whole lot all over me. Oh, I really like that. I'm going to try to get some really close-up pictures so that you can see how that super fine glitter is just giving really cool little sparkles. I want to add just a hair. Well, it's not a hair. I don't want to add a hair. That didn't come out right. Sure don't want to add a hair to resin. Another recommended thing you want to is try to do your project in as dust-free of a location as you can. I always recommend for any of you ladies or guys that have long hair, you don't want hair in your resin. Cat hair, dog hair, or your own hair. So I recommend pulling your hair back. And like I said, as dust-free of an area as you can possibly use. I did want to move, I had another little clump of glitter there, and I did want to move that around a little bit. I want it more spread out and more like up here, it's actually taken on some little dusting and swirl look. So I really like that. So we'll let this cure, and I'll get some close-up pictures so you can see the final results. But there we have it, our galaxy. Well, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I hope you'll give it a try. I think this turned out pretty cool. I'm happy with it. And I think that's who we need to please first is ourselves. Because if we're not pleased, most likely nobody else will be either. But anyway, I hope that you will feel free to leave me a comment and share this video, and I hope you'll subscribe. And whatever you do, make it yours, make it personal, and you can do it.